So we're ranking the top 10 greatest Dallas Cowboys players of all time today. Starting off at number 10 with Mel Renfro, 10-time Pro Bowler. He had 52 interceptions to finish off his career, led the league in interceptions one time, several second team All Pro selections in his career, one of the best defensive backs of the late 60s and the early 70s when the Cowboys were making Super Bowls. At number 9, we're going to go with DeMarcus Ware, one of the best defensive lineman of the late 2000s and the early 2010s. Finished his career with 130 something sacks. I don't remember off the top of my head how many he had, but he led this league in sacks multiple times. Certainly one of the most intimidating defensive presence of the last 2 decades. At number 8, we're going to go with one of the best running backs of all time. That would be none other than Tony Dorsett, drafted by the Cowboys in 1978, if I'm not mistaken. He took off almost immediately, made a name for himself, broke several records. He's most remembered for a Monday night 99-yard touchdown that he scored. Number 7 could have been a little bit higher due to his contribution to the dynastic Dallas Cowboys of the 1990s, but his prime was a little bit too short. Unfortunately, it was obviously ended a little bit prematurely due to a neck injury he sustained in 1999. But Michael Irvin was undoubtedly one of the best receivers in the league during his prime in the mid 90s. Just was fantastic as far as an aerial threat. Really a full do it all receiver who can make yards after the catch, make big plays within the air, and run any route you really wanted him. It's really a shame that his career ended that quickly. At number 6, we're going to go with a newer Cowboy. That would be Zach Martin, guard for the Cowboys over the last few years. Chances are this is his final year with the star, but Zach Martin has been nothing short of spectacular from day one. He was a first team All Pro as a rookie, and he's continued that success well throughout his entire career, just doing things unheard of for some Cowboys offensive linemen. He is part of the reason why Dallas had such a great offensive line throughout the 2010s. And to me, he was the highlight of that offensive line. You talk about how stout he was in that run game. I think he made guys like Tyron Smith and Travis Frederick around him a lot better. And without him, I don't think the Cowboys would have had the same success that they did in the mid 2010s. At number 5, we're going to go with Larry Allen. In my opinion, the greatest guard of all time. Certainly one of the strongest men the NFL has ever had in its entire history. You talk about a guy who can bench press damn near 700 pounds, if not more. Just an absolute behemoth of a man, could just throw around some of the best defensive linemen just like a rag doll. If anybody hasn't seen it, I highly go recommend watching the play he had against the New Orleans Saints, where he ran down a Saints linebacker, just going to show not only how strong and how big he was, but just how much of a freak athlete he was.